voice was drowned out by the wind, which grew stronger with every step I took, and the wailing, which now seemed to be coming from every direction. I struggled against the wind and cold, my breath fogging in front of me as I shivered. I turned the corner into the living room, and there she was. It was Mrs. Murdoch, but in a form I'd only seen once before. She was in the middle of the room, her arms stretched out her sides as she levitated, her shoes dangling 2 feet above the ground. Her long hair was streaming out behind her, blowing in the wild wind. Her eyes, usually dull and clouded, were now glowing with an unnatural blue light that filled the room. Her mouth was open as she wailed. A half-scream, half-song that was as haunting as it was eerily beautiful. The wail reached a fever pitch. I covered my ears, afraid for a moment my eardrums might burst. And then silence. The wind stilled, the keening stopped, and the blue light blinked out. Mrs. Murdoch fell, collapsing in a heap on the living room floor. Mrs. Murdoch! I called as I rushed to her side. Are you all right? She groaned as I helped her sit up. What happened? She asked groggily, feeling her way around. You had a wailing, I told her. Oh, thank God, she replied. I thought you were going to tell me I had a stroke, or some other old lady thing. No, I said with a laugh, just an old banshee thing. Do you feel like standing up? Yeah, she replied, waving a claw-like hand at me as she tried to stand herself. I caught her before she could fall and helped her to her feet. I'm fine, she insisted as she shakily stood. I'm going to go make some tea, put on some music, the Irish tenors or something. I shook my head at her stubbornness, but did what I was told, walking over to her stereo and popping in one of her CDs. As the house was filled with the joyful beat of an Irish flute, I followed Mrs. Murdoch into the kitchen. So, I said cautiously, as Mrs. Murdoch measured tea leaves into her pot, do you know who you were keening for? Hell if I know, she answered with a shake of her head. It's getting rarer and rarer that I remember, though I'll guess it was some old coot. Half the people in this town are dying. She kind of had a point there. I walked over to the sink and started running the faucet over the dirty dishes. Hey, Mrs. Murdoch? I asked. Yes, child. I drizzled soap over the dishes, avoiding her blind gaze as I spoke. What does it mean when you dream of banshees? I felt the energy shift as she drew in a sharp breath. What do you mean? She asked. What sort of dreams are you having? I didn't like how serious she sounded. I dreamed about a banshee the other night. I explained. She was like you, but scarier. It ended before anything could really happen.